In last week's episode, we turned the page on 2025, and in this week's episode, we're looking forward to the year of 2026 and our most anticipated films. Kirk is here. We've got a panel discussion lined up for you today as we discuss most anticipated films of 2026. Let's do it.
This is Popcorn for Breakfast, presented by St. Louis Area Smoothie Kings. Now, here are your hosts, Cam and Kirk.
Welcome back to Popcorn for Breakfast. Thank you so much for being here. With me, as always, is Kirk.
Hello, hello.
And I am Cam. And today, Kirk, we're talking about 2026 movies, which will be, I think, the first time that we've done that, other than here and there, a couple of like, oh, this comes out in 2026. But this is the first formal discussion of 2026. How you feeling about that?
I'm feeling a little nervous.
Yeah.
You see, there's a lot of movies on the slate coming up, and hard to pick from the rules that you gave. You said try to go for 10. I had 20. There's 20 movies I want to see, Cam, at least. So I'm going to have to shave that down today.
That's okay. That's okay. I think, 20, I would expect more even. For you, like, you only want to see 20?
That's it. I'm only seeing 20 movies in 2026.
Yeah, last year I think we each saw like over 100 of the 2025 releases. So, we'll find out. It's going to shape up to be an interesting year by the looks of it, but I was kind of sad to see 2025 go. I like that year in movies. I know we had the Golden Globes last night. We have the Oscars coming up, obviously, later this year. So we're not saying goodbye just yet, but this will be fun. This is like, you know how like before, it's like the start of a new football season when like everything is happy, you feel like everything is going to be good, and you have all that hope before your dreams are dashed. So
that's right. There's no disappointment yet.
With cinema, that doesn't always happen, but it does happen sometimes. So, okay, let's get into it. I want to bring in our panelists today, which are, of course, Stefano, who you guys know and love, PFB OG Stefano, here with us. How's it going, Stefano?
It's going all right. How are you guys?
Good. And then today, joining us for the first time, we've got Dan Flood. Dan, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So, Dan, you're with St. Louis Art Scene. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so St. Louis Art Scene covers some of the clearly local stuff, be it movies coming out, plays, concerts, and it's over on stlouisarts.substack.com.
Yeah, we will drop a link in the description so you guys can check that out. And one thing, we're a St. Louis-based podcast. We don't always talk about that, but we're talking about it more and more. We recently joined the St. Louis Film Critics Association. One thing I've always said about our community is we have such a rich arts community for a so-called small market, which I think that's a bit of a derogatory term, if I'm being honest. But, we have an orchestra, we have live theater all the time. We have all these little local theaters. Like, we have a really rich art scene. So I think it's great.
We have a football team. We have,
too soon. Too soon. No, we have the arts. That's what that's what I'm holding on to.
My bad.
Yeah. So, it's great that we have you on here. But let's get into our discussion, gentlemen. I think we've all got our list prepared. We're going to let Dan go first, and then we'll figure it out from there. We can fight, but let's not fight in front of Dan, okay? Because this is his first time here, and we don't want to make a bad impression.
That's
but
fair.
We're at least, what I know is that we're going to let Dan go first, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to each pick 4 movies.
I thought it was 10.
No, it's 4. You make a list of 10, so that way if somebody steals your picks, you're not hung out to dry. It's like one of those things. I didn't want you to be, empty-handed if somebody stole your picks. So pick 4. We're going to go around the horn. If somebody picks a movie and you have something you want to say on it, go ahead and say it during their time. Don't interrupt. But otherwise, pick a different movie whenever it's your turn. Don't pick the same movie, so we'll keep it interesting. But Dan, let's kick it off with you. What's a movie that you want to talk about releasing in 2026?
Yeah, nice thing about going first is that I get to pick the easy ones first. So my most anticipated is the new Steven Spielberg movie, Disclosure Day.
Yes.
Which we don't know a ton about yet. It's got Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor in it, and it's sort of a alien invasion, UFO type thing, maybe. Only have a teaser so far. Very secretive, but I think that's why I'm most excited for it, because I do not know a ton about it yet.
Yeah.
Other than everybody behind it is reliable at the very least.
Absolutely. I think Josh O'Connor is like almost like I mean, I don't want to get the cart in front of the horse, but like almost in can't do any wrong territory for me. Like,
I would agree.
The dude does not miss. He doesn't miss.
I agree with that.
I would agree. If we get a close-up of Stefano real quick, because Stefano and Josh O'Connor, I believe, might be the same person. Just please cut right into him, freeze
Never
frame
seen
it.
him in the same room.
Put a picture of Josh O'Connor right next to him. It's crazy how much you guys look alike. It's crazy.
It's a very, very kind compliment, Kirk. We have curly hair, dark eyes, I guess. I don't even know. Does he have blue eyes? What color eyes does he have?
I don't know. I've never stared into them.
Probably brown.
Can you zoom in? Can you put your eye really close to the camera? I'll tell you.
You always give me projects to do in post-production. I don't like it.
I always wonder like what the behind the scenes is of like knowing what actors are going to be like phenomenal and people are going to want to see in movies. Like this movie was obviously made over the past couple of years, and it's just hilarious how 3 years ago, obviously everybody knew that O'Connor was going to be amazing and in all these movies, and then now the public just gets to see the result of all that. So very excited that everyone is now aware of Josh O'Connor.
Yeah, I think also other interesting things about this movie that stick out to me, Colin Firth sighting.
Yes.
It's been a while since he's been in anything that I've been like super interested in. Also love the 90s, like 90s/early 2000s marketing that we're getting on this movie with like the New York Times, like Times Square advertisements and a little bit of like Cloak and Dagger. I feel like that's coming back a bit and I like it.
Yeah, it's refreshing because everything's on our phone. So let's put things out where people can see it. Absolutely.
100%. Good pick. I like it. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say it's definitely, and this is, I can be called a slave to marketing all you want, but it does feel like a big event movie, which is nice to just sort of feel like, oh yeah, they're putting some thought into this one.
Yeah.
And I like big action blockbuster Spielberg. Like Close Encounters does not get as much love as it deserves. And I feel like people are kind of coming back around on War of the Worlds a little bit. So
that's right.
Give me more aliens from Spielberg.
Of course.
Yep. I like that take. I like that take a lot. Okay. Where do we want to go next?
Oh, Stefano, of course.
Of course.
Me? All right. Well, let's see. I'm trying to think. Maybe I should pick something that someone else would pick just to be that guy. But I will go with truly what I am the most excited for at this moment, and it is Hokum. It's a new horror movie coming out from director Damian McCarthy, and Damian McCarthy is not the most well-known director. He's done two what I think are really, really effective horror movies, one being Caveat from a few years ago, and then one being Odyssey from 2024. And, those were much smaller releases. Odyssey ended up getting like a European release and then a Shudder release in the United States, but both super effective, super creepy horror movies that, really worked on me and ones that I still think about. So now seeing him move into this more mainstream lens so more people can see his work is really exciting to me. And then Adam Scott is the lead in this. This is kind of at least based on what we're seeing, a one-man show type situation. And I think this is a beautiful marriage of really good horror director, really talented actor that people don't give enough credit to. And yeah, I'm just cannot wait. The teaser trailer I sent to you, Kirk and Cam, it's one of the scariest trailers I've ever seen. Neon knows what it's doing with marketing. I think we've talked about that so much, but I think Damian McCarthy is going to deliver the goods here. But yeah, super effective trailer. I try to avoid horror movie trailers, but I saw Adam Scott and I had to watch it.
Yeah, I think you should be put in jail for what you did with that trailer. To be honest, that was a crime against humanity. He knows that we're weaklings, and he sent it basically with no warning whatsoever.
Like 10 a.m.
And what is it? 5 seconds into the trailer, the most horrific jump scare.
It's
I
so
was like,
scary.
dude, not okay.
That rabbit with those eyes, and I'll never sleep again. I haven't slept since, actually. So.
I am excited about it though. That being said, the Adam Scott factor has me excited. There's enough to it that I'm interested for sure.
I will say I probably have to watch it first and warn you guys if it's too scary for you because
Please.
I mean those other two films that McCarthy's done they're scary. They really are. So
you said Odyssey was one of them. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I've heard I've heard it's very, very scary, and that's probably why I haven't seen it yet. But
did he do Longlegs as well?
No, was
that's Osgood Perkins.
Sweet.
Oz
Okay,
Perkins.
Great. Awesome. I'm not going to watch it anyways, but I'm just want to put all of our ducks in a row.
Good first pick. Okay, Kirk, your first pick.
Mine?
Yes,
Mine?
yours.
Okay, I'm going to go with an easy one. I am very much looking forward to Supergirl coming here in 2026.
Okay, yeah, I thought you might go there.
I did. I'm there. I was an absolute big proponent, big fan, big optimist for Superman by James Gunn. And to me, he stuck the landing or took flight correctly. And I think that if you haven't seen Millie Aycock, who's going to be playing Supergirl here, if you haven't seen her in anything, you need to just strap in because she is a force of nature. She has energy, she has spirit, and she's got the acting chops. So it's a perfect casting for the direction that they want to fly Supergirl in. Very much looking forward to it. I think it's going to be another home run for James Gunn. I heard there were some like reshoots on it, but that's not a bad thing. Think about like when everyone trolled on the first flight image of David Cornsweet and his hair, and they fixed it, right? So he listens to the crowd. So I think that's a good sign for what's going to continue to come. Very excited for Supergirl.
That's a good one.
Having gone through the superhero fatigue and then realizing that superhero fatigue does not apply to good movies. I loved Superman last year, and I was like, okay, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm interested again in what DC is going to be doing under him. And is it Peter Safran is also the
other co-CEO.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. There's a cat in the frame. We just have to acknowledge this for all of our YouTube viewers. What's this cat's name?
Oh, this is Clementine. She's actually already invaded a little bit, but she must know that I'm recording. So she said, oh yeah, I got to hang out for a little bit.
She's got opinions.
Gosh.
I like an opinionated
She's
cat.
actually really not excited for Supergirl. She's not a fan.
Okay. Well, get her out of the frame right now.
More of a Batman fan. I understand. I can relate to that. Good picks, gentlemen. I'm in the fourth spot, and I cannot at all believe that this is on the board at all.
Ooh, I know what you're going to say.
The Odyssey.
Yep.
Need I say more? I mean, this thing, the cast is insane. It's Christopher Nolan. It's Christopher Nolan at scale, telling one of the great stories of all time. I'm done. That's all I got. Like that's
mic drop.
Like I feel like I want to pick things that like other people won't pick and things like that, but I have to get that one off the board because it's just that looks insane. It's like made $1 million before, like a year before it even came out, before there was even a trailer, just on pre-sale alone, people trying to see this thing in 70 millimeter IMAX, whatever premium format they can, which I think is super cool. I think it's good for the industry. I think it's got amazing vibes around it, so I'm all in on the Odyssey.
You know what I love about Christopher Nolan is almost like what the MCU effect became when in its height, and when they kept putting out banger after banger after banger, except for Thor 2 and Iron Man 3. So you're like, you go to the movies, you show up, and you're like, this is going to be incredible. Are they going to mess it up? I feel like I have that draw for Christopher Nolan as well. It's like, I've never hated anything he's put out there. Is he going to mess it up? And I just... more confidence now than ever. I know he's not going to mess up.
He's not going to mess it up. He won't.
And the cast is so great, and it's so interesting, like knowing most of the story, just where some of these actors are placed. I'm just so interested to see like how they're going to take on some of these roles. Like especially like what does a Zendaya look like in this world, and what does Tom Holland look like in this world? He's a little runt, so we'll see how that works. But I'm excited for it.
Yeah. 100%.
There was a time where I was well versed in Greek mythology and could figure out, oh, they're going to play this character. But now I'm just like, okay, Odysseus, I'll figure out the rest when I see the movie.
I'm going to trust his storytelling as well. I'm with you, Dan.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, now we're back to Dan for your second pick. What you got?
Okay, my second pick, another elusive one that I don't know a ton about other than who's behind it, but It is the new Alejandro Iñárritu movie, Digger, starring Tom Cruise. And we got a little bit of a teaser with this, which was really just a title reveal. But have you guys heard this log line for this movie at all?
Tell it to us.
According to IMDb, as of right now, it is just the most powerful man in the world embarks on a frantic mission to prove he is humanity's savior before the disaster he's unleashed destroys everything.
What a sell.
It's just a Tom Cruise.
If you're not
biopic.
interested now.
Yeah, this was on my list.
Absolutely the same on my list as well. It's just the silhouette we get of Tom Cruise is alarming but exciting. He looks like a kind of like a Rex Grossman type character. What's his character?
Grossman.
Les
I'm thinking
Grossman.
of Rex Grossman, the
Bears
starting
quarterback.
From the Bears quarterback. Yeah. I'm getting vibes of that. So Iñárritu is quirky as all get out. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, I was not super in on his last feature that went to Netflix. I'm trying to rack my brain on what it was called. Bardo. Not one that I loved from Alejandro, but love Birdman a whole lot. Big fan of that movie. Like The Revenant. So definitely a very saucy director, one who's worth watching. Pair him up with Tom Cruise, and yeah, that's an easy win. All right, Stefano, where are you going for your next pick?
All right, I'm going to go with a director I love a lot again. David Lowery's new film, Mother Mary, coming out TBD 2026. We don't have a date yet, but it's coming out. And this is part of the Anne Hathaway Renaissance trifecta this year with, oh my gosh, why can't I think of the other ones?
Flowervale Street.
2, Flowervale Street, Devil Wears Prada 2. It's David Lowery directed. He's directed a whole bunch, but a couple of my favorites, The Green Knight and A Ghost Story. Just such a, I hate to always use this word, but he is an auteur. He has such a specific style to his films, and I love him so much. And this is a nebulous type of movie as well. I'm going to read a bit from its IMDb synopsis here. Long buried wounds rise to the surface when iconic pop star Mother Mary reunites with her estranged best friend and former costume designer. So it's a bit of that. We saw a little bit of it with Smile 2, which very slept on, a really phenomenal performance from Naomi Scott in that, by the way. But it's this kind of tortured pop star type film that has been kind of making its rounds recently. And you also have the Charlie XCX film coming out too in a couple of weeks. It's the times we're living in where pop stars have kind of taken over the zeitgeist. They've always been in the zeitgeist, but especially now with all the access we have to them, it's even more in our face than it ever has been. So really interested to see this take on it, because David Lowery is an old soul at heart. And I know that with the way he likes to tell stories, I'm really intrigued to see how he kind of brings it to the modern age. So very, very excited for this. And Anne Hathaway is amazing. Hunter Schafer's in this. Really excited for their next role as well. So yeah.
Yeah, David Lowery. Love The Green Knight. Big fan of David Lowery. I feel like very much a visionary, to your point. And I think this trailer looked really interesting. I love the casting of Anne Hathaway as kind of a, pop superstar. Very, very believable, particularly in this Taylor Swift era that we're in. She's, a little bit older than that, but you imagine an amalgam of Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Adele, and you might get something similar to Anne Hathaway. And so I like how that works. That'll be interesting.
Does that have a Skarsgård in it as well? Is that correct? Or am I mixing all the trailers I've watched? Maybe Alex?
Skarsgård is in The Moment, which is the Charlie XCX.
Yeah, that's similar.
Movies.
Charlie XCX does music for both movies.
Okay,
so.
that's why. That's why it's all merging.
Say.
Yes.
It's the 7 degrees from Charlie XCX. That's what's getting you wrapped up here.
There it is.
All right, Kirk, what's your next pick?
My next pick is quite the enigma. Nicholas Sparks, M. Night Shyamalan, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
This movie is called Remain. Never.
This is on my list too, Kurt.
Okay, great. Excellent.
The Nicholas Sparks sent me reeling. I was like, I had to like find my grasp on reality after that.
He shook this whole table.
And then you hit me with M. Night Shyamalan, and I was like, wait, what?
When this was announced, I remember we got the news. I immediately talked about it just as like a, hey, real quick, this is happening in the world. So now it's almost here. So here in 2026, Phoebe, and I never can say her name right. Denver, right? From Bridgerton fame, and a whole bunch of movies in 2025 that came out that everyone needs to see. She is fantastic. I
don't know that pronunciation was right, by the way. I just said it confidently.
Just post production, just fix it. You know? So she's really great. Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't miss. I really don't know how incredible or how terrible this movie is going to be, and I'm very, very much excited to see that kind of anticipation. I hope there's no trailer. I really want a movie to come out in 2026 with no trailer. That would be just a dream for me. This would be the movie that I would want.
If any director can pull that off, it's Shyamalan. I defend Shyamalan all the time. Even his stinkers I appreciate because they're at least fun and doing something, and they're can be interesting, but I'm very intrigued by this. I guess we'll see what happens.
I was going to say with Shyamalan, he was in director jail for a little bit in the early 10s with Last Airbender and After Earth, but
correct.
His last 4 movies, because he's just been churning them out one after the other. Like Trap was so different from everything else that came out that summer, and then Old is an acquired taste. As I like to say, because it's a little bit of a mess, but no one does a mess like him.
Exactly. That's how I felt. I felt the same way about Old. I say the same thing. But yes, totally.
Quick sidebar. It's all Shyamalan related, but have you guys ever seen The Happening by M. Night?
I actually haven't. That's one of my few blind spots of his.
Okay, great. So there's this theory. I don't know if this guy was like totally joking with me or not. My friend back in high school, his name's Adam. He right before he turned it on, he's like, listen, go into this. And the concept here is that M. Night is making fun of himself just to see how much money he could make with this movie. He didn't actually do a bad movie. He's literally making fun of himself. And if you watch that movie like that, it is hilarious on purpose, not bad acting and not a bad plot. It reshapes the whole movie for you, and I encourage everyone to watch it with that in mind.
I think we need to have a Shyamalan fight because I feel like I'm often on the opposite side of stuff now on Shyamalan. Just because there's been a lot. There's been like the stinker to non-stinker ratio. Stefano recently has been lopsided in stinker territory. In my opinion.
That's what but I'm of the opinion of I love Trap and I thought Old was good. So,
I like Trap. I like Trap.
Okay,
but I don't
at
love
least
Trap.
You like Trap. All right,
yeah,
all right.
I'm not that much of a hater, but I am a hater on something.
Trap is decent. I would agree. I need to see Old because I love Thomason, the actress Thomason McKenzie. She's fantastic. No one has a voice like hers.
Gael.
What's that?
No, go ahead.
Thomason,
no, I was saying Gael Garcia Bernal is amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Thomason McKenzie's voice is the female equivalent to Liam Neeson. Like you hear that voice, you know it. It's so powerful, and you don't even have to do that much after that. But she does. She's fantastic.
Yeah. Shout out Testament of Ann Lee. She got the narrator deal going on in that movie.
Oh, that's true. Okay, great.
Yeah. All right. Is it me?
It's you.
It's me. Okay. Listen, you guys have left a lot of heavy hitters on the board, and I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say I'm annoyed by it, but I am. I'm trying to figure out because there are certain things I don't want to let slip by. But here's where I'm going to go. Resident Evil, Zach Kreger, Resident Evil, supposed to release September of this year. This is one that was not on our little list, like a cheat sheet list that we tried to pull together. I found out today that it's supposed to release this year. So let's hope that holds. That's always the thing about these kind of episodes is you never know what's going to shift. But here's what I will say. In listening to Zach Kreger, obviously director of Weapons, director of Barbarian, talk about this movie and this project in particular, the way he talks about it, the way he talks about how this story is more of a straightforward narrative. It's more of a point A to point B, less, not gimmicks, but less twists and turns and things like that. That has me very excited for a lot of reasons. He said that he's, a huge fan of the games, He's going to show extreme reverence to the games. Having a director of that caliber take on one of the most like lauded horror game franchises of all time, like probably the most, like it's the one that started it all. I just can't help but be excited about this. The cast already is super exciting too. There's some amazing names in there with like Zach Cherry and like a couple of other Kreger mainstays. What's the kid's name from Weapons? Austin.
The lead boy who who doesn't get kidnapped. Spoiler alert.
The drug addict guy. What's his name?
Oh shoot. Hold on.
Austin Abrams.
Austin Abrams.
Oh,
Austin,
of course.
thank you. I knew it was like, yeah. Anyway, that movie's got me super excited. They've been filming it in Prague. I've seen some like set photos of them turning Prague into like zombie land. It looks cool.
Heck yeah.
I'm for it.
That's neat.
Can't wait.
I loved how giddy you just were. I hope that listeners, you can hear that in his voice, like we can see in his face, but like joy overcame Cam over here as he was talking about Resident Evil. I know nothing, zero, zilch about Resident Evil, but I want to see it with you just to watch you watch it.
I'm not even like the world's biggest Resident Evil fan. I would never even claim to be. I've played some of the games. I'm just excited I know a lot of Resident Evil fans, and I know that they're going to be stoked to get like, they've been getting kind of like the B sci-fi horror movie treatment for a long time, and I feel like this is their reckoning right here.
Fantastic.
It's gonna be good. Okay, we're back around the horn. Back to Dan.
Yeah, I'm excited, but I was gonna say I'm excited for Resident Evil, but I just wish Paul W.S. Anderson. I was gonna say Wes Anderson. No, I completely botched that joke.
I think you heightened it just now, Dan.
You just want Kate Beckinsale back? Is that what it is? Yeah.
No.
Next pick.
The next one that I got on my list, which is a direct sequel, but also like the umpteenth sequel in the series, Godzilla -0.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
So Godzilla -1, and it probably helped that I'm not the biggest Godzilla fan, but that is probably why I really liked Godzilla -1. I also really liked the one that they had before that, Shin Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
So what Japan is doing with Godzilla, I am fully invested in, at least much more than the Godzilla King Kong movies that have been happening here, which I couldn't even muster the strength for the last one.
Man, we went to the last
I'm so
one.
excited for it.
That screening was tough. When Mothra came in, I was just like,
I think that's when I fell asleep.
Can we please stop? Can we please stop?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but -1, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Stefano, were you going to say something on this one?
Dan. Yeah, I'm so stoked on this one. It was on my short list as well. It was Godzilla -1 was. I love that it was such a big deal. You know, obviously big deal in Japan, then it made its way over here, and it's like the reverence it gives its human characters as well as its monster characters is massive. That's what makes the more recent Godzilla Kong movies just so unbearable to watch is how awful the human characters are, and
yes,
it's just, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and like
we don't need the default expectation for kaiju movies to be that they're going to be terrible.
Yes, 100%. They don't have to be. And if you go back to that, like the original Godzilla movie, the human element is very much a big portion of that. And there's like a big thematic, it's like a response to World War II, and there's some really good stuff going on there. So I'm glad that Shin Godzilla, Godzilla -1, and now Godzilla -0 will bring that right size, that scale a little bit more. Okay, Stefano, what you got next?
All right, now I'll go for a heavy hitter.
Thank you.
Upset Cam. I'm going to go with Werwulf, the new Robert Eggers Christmas joint coming out Christmas 2026.
Merry Christmas.
Stacked cast. Well, now it's a tradition. Now it's a second horror gothic film to release on Christmas, so I'm very excited to bring the family to this one. The cast is stacked, and it's kind of the his band of merry actors that are hopping on this one too. It's Lily Rose Depp, Willem Dafoe, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Can't wait. I saw some of the set photos, which I don't usually love to do. I like to be surprised and not, I like to see the finished products, But very excited for Robert Eggers' take on this. It's a story that's made for him. I just love that he's still staying in this gothic realm. If he stays in this the rest of his career, I'll be happy. If he tries something different, I'll also be happy. So cannot wait for this.
That's a great pick. I had it at number 4 on my list.
That was my number 4 too.
Love
Sorry.
Robert Eggers.
I think it's going to be his most violent film yet. That's my.
I like that take.
Yeah.
I could buy that.
I think it's going to be absolutely.
The Northman, though?
Oh, that was
pretty violent.
This is going to be worse. Worse.
Could be.
If your worst movie's The Northman, you're doing pretty good.
It's true. It's true.
That's 100% true. All right, Kirk. What's dialed up next?
Oh, man. This is difficult.
Decision time.
You had 10 movies, didn't you? Or 20. So
They're all off the board now.
We've discussed all of them. It's just hard. It's like picking your favorite kid. Let's see. How about... No, I'm not going to say which kid it is.
I was
Stefano.
like, is it though?
How about... Here's a big one. Project Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling.
Like it.
I think it's going to be a fun ride.
Tell me more.
Same creators of Mitchell versus the Machines.
Yeah, Chris Miller, Phil Lord.
What a surprise. Lovely, fun, hilarious animated film. I mean,
same creators
so
behind
good.
the 21 Jump Street series.
Yes.
And Into the Spider-Verse, the executive producers of Into the Spider-Verse.
comedy is so difficult. So when you can just, it's not copy and paste for them because they build the comedy around the story so well. And they use different tropes, different techniques. They really find the humor in what they're trying to deliver to you. And so I have no doubts that this will be gut busting, as well as life changing, because there are moments that like take you out of your own body during Mitchell versus the Machines. You're like, wow, that is how society is. I kind of hate that. And I think that's going to be something similar, a similar narrative, a similar commentary for Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, and if you're a sci-fi fan and you haven't read the novel by Andy Weir, you should, because it's same author as The Martian, has a very good handle on like getting very technical with his sci-fi, explaining everything in extreme detail scientifically. It's very fun, but keeping it very light. And I feel like too, mentioning Lord and Miller, Ryan Gosling is a perfect fit for their style of humor. I'm like absolutely dialed into their style of humor. Every movie they make makes me crack up. They were on the Lego movies as well. And that stuff works for me really well. So I'm excited for that one as well.
It's going to be really fun.
Cool. Back to me.
Yay.
All right. Looking at my list here. Here's where I'll go. The Death of Robin Hood. Michael Sarnowski, written and directed by Michael Sarnowski, who, man, talk about another, up and coming creator who is just like totally got my attention. Loved Pig, loved his Quiet Place movie, Quiet Place Day One.
Mm-hmm.
I think his storytelling approach is really elegant and simple but profound and beautiful, and I just really like the way that he goes about telling a movie. I was really interested to see how A Quiet Place Day One would turn out without the sort of like indie film feel that I felt like he was more comfortable with, but he just like slipped into that so easily and so effortlessly and turned out a really beautiful movie with really beautiful performances from Lupita and Joseph Quinn. And so I'm stoked for this. Hugh Jackman, who I tend to really like in general, and Jodie Comer. Come on. I mean, that's like a lot of the people that Michael Sarnowski has worked with before are in on this one. Couldn't be more excited about it.
Yeah, Hugh is someone, he's just a reliable superstar, a reliable film star that you know you're going to enjoy at least his performance, even if the movie isn't your taste.
Yep.
It's going to be my taste.
100%.
I had absolutely no interest in another Robin Hood movie just because.
Fair.
I have never been interested in this subject, and anytime they have tried to make a franchise off of it, it has not worked. But knowing that it's Michael Sarnowski, once I learned that, I was like, wait, the pig guy? Like,
Yes,
I was like, hang on,
100%.
okay.
It changes
Now we're
everything.
talking.
Absolutely. And it's funny you mentioned that, Dan, because some people will ask me, for movie recs or whatever, but also, movies you truly just don't like. I think one of the non-recommendations I always make is the Russell Crowe Robin Hood because I think it's one of the most boring films I've ever seen in my life.
Word.
I love
Very
that Stefano's out here in the world giving non-recommendations. I love that.
Anti-Rex. I love it.
It's
I love
just
it.
so boring. Sorry, but yes. Also excited for this.
Sweet. All right, boys. Final round. This is it. Get your final picks in now. Don't let if you've been waiting on one, wait to see if it would stick around. Don't wait anymore. Dan, you're up first.
Okay. Let's see. I've been going with some heavy hitters. I got to give a little more love to the indie scene. We'll see how. This is my fourth most anticipated with a big old asterisk, I'll say. But the sequel that no one ever thought we would get, and maybe we do not want to get, but The Social Reckoning from writer and director Aaron Sorkin, who Aaron Sorkin's scripts are great, and he does get a little bit of a bad rap as a director, but it's only because his directing isn't quite up to the par of his writing. But he still does get, really solid performances out of people. And I love The Social Network, and I hate Facebook so much more every single day. So I will be interested to see, okay, what's kind of like the big takeaways with this that aren't already obvious, because the secrets of social media, everybody knows now how kind of terrible and addicting it is, and how much money is to be made off of all your data. So I'm curious what's going to happen, how we're going to empathize with any of the characters, if at all. So
right. I'm also super intrigued with if he gets political with it, because you can't really talk about Facebook and how it's transformed society without talking about like some of the sketchy politics around what it lets people say and do and things like that. So really interested. I feel like he may go too safe and it may be whatever, but the cast is also really great. I'm really excited for Mikey Madison in this, so we'll see. I'm also excited, cautiously optimistic.
And Jeremy Strong as Mark Zuckerberg, who I just watched Succession last year. So
oh man,
I'm now fully on board with anything he does.
Same. I can say, I guess, early last year we finally finished it, but
that's it, like honestly might be my favorite TV show ever. It's so good.
You might have to fight your parents for it. They watch it and then immediately restart it like over and over again.
That's more of like, I would call that obsessive, but I think too, like, I don't know. It's really good. I still think I have a leg to stand on against them. But yeah, Jeremy Strong actually too, if you look at some of the more recent interviews where he talks about it, you can kind of see the Zuckerberg resemblance.
Yeah.
When his hair's cut short like that, there's actually like you start to see like, if I'm a makeup artist, like we can make this work. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's cool.
They're both like peanut heads, kind of. Like,
yeah. It's. I think you said Aaron Sorkin's name in italics, which I appreciate when he was a director, because I think that we're all kind of thinking that. But I think too, he's worked with Jeremy Strong before and got a great performance out of him in Trial of the Chicago 7. And so he is, familiar with him. And I think the cast is interesting. It's going to be a good script. It's going to be an interesting script. So I agree with this pick.
I just want it to be as good as Molly's Game, which he wrote and directed. And that was phenomenal. I don't know. Have you guys seen Molly's Game?
Yeah, Molly's Game is good.
I love
that was solid. That was solid.
Yeah.
I think I'm lukewarm on it. Tepid. Actually, I don't think I love Jessica Chastain. I think that's kind of the problem.
Oh,
whoa!
But that's probably an off-camera discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just this. It's the whiplash from Fincher to Sorkin in the director's chair that I think is a little bit. That's going to be hard for this one. And it's last thing I'll say. It's going to be such an incredibly difficult act to follow.
Yeah.
It's like. Even if it hits its ceiling, I still don't know if it hits Social Network. You know what I mean? Like
End of the World. I mean, you say your top 10 favorite movies in all of Lifetime. I think Social Network is on that list. So how do you make Social Reckoning also on that list?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
But it'll just do something totally different. Don't even try to I mean, I was gonna say don't try to have the same attitude, but then I'm like, wait, it's Aaron Sorkin, so it's gonna at least sound similar.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's going to be a lot of words. That's for sure.
Good pick. Good pick. Okay, Stefano, where are you going for your last one?
All right, I'm going to go a bit of a sleeper here because we've been waiting for this director's new film for, I think, 8 years now. It's Boots Riley, I Love Boosters.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, another Boots Riley. I'm very excited. I loved Sorry to Bother You. So odd and weird and just, one that's tough to recommend, but I also recommend it a lot. It's just like, just don't hate me if this is not your jam type movie. But I loved it. Super excited about the cast. Keke Palmer is just so good. We all know how amazing Keke Palmer is. Lakeith Stanfield's back in this. Demi Moore's in this as well. So she's kind of making her comeback after The Substance and all that. So Naomi Ackie also, good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited. The premise is also kind of, it's simple. We don't know too much about it. It's about this group of shoplifters, it looks like, that are trying to like take down this fashion king or whomever. So we'll see. I'm really intrigued. I know at least it's going to be a big swing is what, at least I'm excited for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you seen Sorry to Bother You?
I have not.
Dan, have you?
I have. I wanted to share my Sorry to Bother You story, which does not have any spoilers. It's just that that might be the time in a theater where like I felt the whole attitude shift. Everybody really liked the beginning of it, and then without spoiling anything, by the ending, people were ready to leave. So I loved it.
I loved it as well. Cam, I think you will appreciate the heck out of it. Do you like big swings?
I do. I love bold swings, even if they don't work. I just want you to try.
I think it's cruel for you to use the word big swings so quietly and discreetly here. This movie will have your jaw on the floor when it shifts gears, and if you just lean in, you'll enjoy it. It's crazy, but it's good. It's really good.
Wow.
Really good.
Yeah.
I want to watch you watch Resident Evil and Sorry to Bother You.
We'll do a marathon. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, Kirk, your final pick.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Don't make me do what I'm going to have to do if you don't pick what you need to pick.
You're going to hit me on camera? You promised you never would.
You're going to put me in a position here in just a second.
How about so I'm down to two that I really want to give out. So I'm going to go with a more unique one. I think everyone in this video chat will appreciate this. It's a movie called Obsession, and this is from a TikTok guy that I have been following for, I think, like the first week that they started putting content out. I love this guy. His name's Curry Barker.
Yes, and
he has what's his friend's name? Cooper Tomlinson. Duo comedy group, and what I love about their comedy, it's something that I've discovered more in myself, is that you have a premise and you lean into a joke, and then you double down on that joke, and then you triple down and quadruple down, and you keep going. I think when everyone's locked in and committed and dedicated, it will send me over the edge, like absolutely crying of tears of joy. And this movie doesn't have that tone per se in the trailer, but it looks very, very unique, very impressive. Here's the IMDb synopsis. After breaking the mysterious one-wish willow to his crush's heart, a hopeless romantic finds himself getting exactly what he asked for, but soon discovers that some desires come at a dark and sinister price. So it's kind of like this hotline, from what I can understand. This kind of overarching, I don't want to say deity, but overarching element that's a threat to someone, or it could be something great. It's betting, it's gambling, and it doesn't look to go his way, this main character's way. So I'm very intrigued. I think the storytelling is going to be on point, but also bonkers.
Wow.
Well, like, color me surprised, Kirk, because I'm as online as I am. I'm not on TikTok at all. I had no idea that Curry Barker did comedy stuff.
Yes.
Like, he is very much a YouTube horror short film like expert, and that's kind of where he cut his teeth. So like, he has so many good horror shorts, and I guess, I don't know if it was 2 years ago, but released a full length called Milk and Cereal, full length horror film on YouTube, which, it's a it has the makings of a very low budget horror film, but a lot of really promising horror filmmaking in that. And this is very much going to be another horror film, and I'm very excited. I didn't know he was a funny guy.
Oh my gosh. I always forget his handle, but he always pops up in my feed, and I'm like, I love this man. And
but I think what we're noticing with like Zach Krager, it takes a sick, funny person to make phenomenal and effective horror, I guess. So
the more traumatized you are, the better stories you can tell.
There's a fine line. I think there always is. Like it's like spectrums are kind of like a circle where like at the farthest end of each of them, they kind of almost meet. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, you did it to me. Now I got to do it. I don't want to have to do it. It's Dune Part 3. I have to go Dune Part 3. I mean, how can we not mention Dune Part 3? I mean, there are other things we haven't mentioned that I think people would be like, how did you not mention?
Who are these nerds?
Avengers Doomsday. But I think, for me, Dune Part 3, like, could be the greatest sci-fi trilogy ever. I mean, I don't know. It could be, other than like OG Star Wars trilogy. Like this would be next man up if Denis sticks the landing. And I feel like I think they're calling it Dune Part 3. Am I right on that? Can anybody fact check me on that? I don't know that they're calling it
Dune Part 3. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not calling it Messiah. But if you've read the books or not read the books, here's what I will say. Buckle up, because the tone shift and storytelling shift and everything that happens between the first book of Dune and Dune Messiah is extreme, and the whiplash will be extreme. And I think that watching Denis navigate that. Now, I will say that he made some material enough changes at the end of Dune Part 2 to soften that blow. I think it was strategic in that way. And in my opinion, I know a lot of Dune heads are upset about some of the things that he's done. I think what he did was, I think he made the story work for cinema. Mm-hmm. And I think that the changes he made sense for what he was doing. I think you can like the book and like the movie, and they're not mutually exclusive. So I think Dune Messiah has potential to be really, really cool. I think it's a great story. I like the book. I'm really excited for the movie. And I hope that he sticks the landing. If he does, I mean, this is like, it's going to be an epic trilogy. Dune Part 2 is my favorite movie the year that it came out, which was what, last year? No.
2 years ago. 24
years ago.
24.
2 years ago.
2
years ago. So I'm all in on this one. I didn't think it would make it this far, but I'm not going to let this episode go away without me talking about it. So there it is.
You almost picked. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, do you think they'll let me bring my sandworm popcorn bucket to Dune Part 3? I'll see.
They might.
You're not making that mistake again.
You need you're going to need a security detail, because I think somebody's going to try to steal it from you, and that somebody might be me. It could be. I'm just saying.
That was a good decision I made to buy that. I look at it every so often.
You know that value is increasing. It probably, like, the return on that is probably exceeding the S&P 500. So I think that's going to be a good long-term investment vehicle for you, Stefano. You could probably you might have a nice little nest egg for your offspring in the future with that thing. Just bury it in the backyard and dig it up in 50 years. Okay,
but sing the song "Hey oh hi" when you dig
you
it
have
up.
to sing the Hans Zimmer score. Okay. So that's our most anticipated. No Marvel on the list. I don't know that that's a huge surprise. I think everybody's kind of like in wait and see mode on them, and you know, it is what it is. I will just say this on Doomsday, because I feel like it's the one that is on a lot of people's most anticipated and whatnot around there. I am struggling to see how it will be a good movie is my problem. But I hope it is. I hope it is really bad. And there's also a Spider-Man movie coming out this year.
I think that will be good.
Yeah.
Because Tom Holland is good.
Any other like honorable mentions you feel like you can just throw in there? You don't have to like say your piece, but just anything you want to give a little shout out before we go.
I have a dishonorable mention that I am very grateful we're getting this year, and that is, of course, Scary Movie 6.
Yes. I'm for
I
that.
firmly believe the reason there's been a decline in going to the theaters is because there is not a movie that is willing to sacrifice itself in the name of good taste to say, okay, I am as low as the bar goes. Nothing is going to come out that's worse than this.
Exactly.
So, will I see Scary Movie 6? I don't know, but I am grateful that it is coming out, even though I have no interest in watching it in the theater.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
That's kind of a sign the movies are back, right? New Scary Movie 6.
Yeah.
The drama with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, really excited about that because I love both of them so much. That's one I was interested in for sure. There's a whole lot that I don't even.
Here's mine.
See.
The superhero movie that nobody's talking about, Clayface.
Yeah.
Really interested in that. I feel like that's going to be kind of like a potential.
Who's going to be in that?
I don't totally know, to be honest with you.
I keep forgetting his
but
name.
I know the story was Mike Flanagan's story. He wrote the original story for it, and then it kind of he's not directing the film, but it kind of took on a life of its own from there. But I'm interested to see how DC handles that. It's kind of like part of the James Gunn philosophy. That's if we have a good story, we're just going to make the movie and we'll figure out the other stuff later. We're not going to worry about the cinematic universe and how everything fits in, which I think is smart. And so I hope it works. I hope it's weird. I hope it's cool. I think it's based largely around like the DC Batman animated series, that story of Clayface that everybody remembers from whenever they were kids. At least I do. So I'm very excited about that.
Clayface will be played by Tom Rhys Harries.
That's right.
Of The Gentleman fame, the movie, not the TV series, and he must have been real young in that, honestly, because he's a young guy right now. Looking at his picture, but he looks great in the production photos. So that's a great pick, great selection. I got to go with Air Bud Returns. I think we need him back. I think there's something about him.
It's time.
The court has never been the same since, and it never will be again. So I'm excited to see him back.
I mean, it's a recession indicator, but I think that's okay. I think it's okay. Whatever we need.
Wait, what sport is Air Bud tackling in this one?
Oh, I have
I'm guessing
no idea.
He's got to be back at basketball. Yeah?
Maybe pickleball. I mean, that's the next one, right?
Pickleball would be good,
right?
God, that's the ultimate boomer movie is Air Bud playing pickleball.
He's got to return to his roots. He's got to go back to the court. He's got to go back to play basketball. Has to.
I'm gonna do a quick search on this because I got to know before we do anything else.
We're just gonna wait.
Nope. Just hold. Everybody, hold. Wait for it. There's a basketball. Listen, there's a basketball in the picture. In the poster.
Sold.
It's warm and cool. Basketball under his paw. He's looking up and off to the left. It's gonna be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Good. That's good. Well, gentlemen,
I say it's Air Bud Returns.
Yeah.
How old's that actor now?
Listen, let's not go there. That's
in dog years.
It is the same actor. Okay, it is the same. He's probably
wouldn't it be the same actor.
It's probably cloned.
Oh yes.
Did they clone Air Bud? They should have cloned Air Bud for sure.
They should have. Well, yeah, they should have.
They should have. I'll know the difference because I watched that movie as a kid. I'll look into his eyes and be like, "You're not the real Air Bud."
A Miracle at 34th Street style. You're not the real Santa.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's our episode. Most anticipated movies of 2026. Thank you, Dan and Stefano, for being here for this one. Super fun discussion. Loved having you guys on. We be sure to check out St. Louis Art Scene. Like I said, we're going to put the link in the description. It's a Substack link, so be sure to subscribe there and make sure you don't miss out on any of the cool stuff that Dan's working on. Anything else you guys want to say before we head out?
Oh, it was a pleasure. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again soon. Thank you both. And let us know down below in the comments, or if you're listening in the podcast, hit us up on our Discord channel or in one of our various social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever you prefer. And let us know what your most anticipated movies of the year are. Obviously, these are our picks. They're not going to be comprehensive. They're not going to be the same as yours. And we would love to hear what yours are. Maybe there are movies releasing in 2026 that aren't even on our radar that you guys have on your list. We would love to hear it. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, for listening. Be sure to subscribe if you are listening either on the podcast or watching on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, be sure to like and leave a comment. We want to give special thanks to our executive producer, Ryan. We want to give special thanks to our title sponsor, St. Louis Area Smoothie Kings. And, of course, want to give a special thanks to both Dan and Stefano for being here and all of you for listening. Until next time, let us know what you think of 2026 movies, and we will catch you on the next episode.
Talk to you then.